I recently vacationed in Tokyo and Seoul, and of course I had to check out the yarn scene there. I went to 4 stores total, 2 in Tokyo and 2 in Seoul, and I cannot wait to show you what I got. I think I'll go in chronological order. We were in Tokyo first, so I'll start with my Tokyo item, or the items that I got from Tokyo. We were going to Betty Smith. It is a denim store in Ibisu, and you can get your jeans custom made there, and they're not really custom. They're already made, but you put your final finishing touches on them. You could choose your rivets, and you could choose your button, and you could choose the label that goes on the back. So your pair of jeans are still unique to you. But anyway, back to how I ended up at this first yarn store. We had about an hour to kill. We're outside walking around. We're walking up this bridge. I look across the street and I'm like, is that a yarn store? I see yarn through the window. So of course, we 180 down the bridge, cross the street, go into the store. It's called Daruma store. It kind of looks like this on the outside, and their little logo dude here. It was a pretty small shop. I mean, comfortable enough to move around in. They had the one wall of yarn, and the other items in the store were like things that were already made, or maybe a couple like other trinkets or patterns or things like that. On a Saturday, there was maybe one other person who walked in after I did. This was maybe in the late afternoon. There was only one other person who walked in. I am an absolute sucker for hand-dyed yarn, so it took me a minute to decide, but I picked these 2 up. I don't know what I'm gonna make with them yet, but I picked up these 2. Also, please do not judge the state of the pack, and this goes for all of these. Do not judge the state of the packaging. This is the fault of somebody who did not plan ahead far enough and did not pack or did not leave enough extra space in her luggage. So things got kind of wrinkled as we shifted things around a lot and scrunched a lot of things. Also, I'm just gonna blame my dog again this is one of his favorite yarns to grab out of my stash, because I don't have a lid to where these are, it's my fault. It's not his fault. It's my fault. I should keep these in a more airtight space so he can't grab them, but this is one of his favorite yarns to grab. I don't know if it's because it's the most accessible or the softest or what, but he loves this yarn. So this one I'm really excited about. Again, I'm just such a sucker for hand-dyed colorful yarn, and I don't know what I'll make out of it. This is merino wool hand-dyed 100%, 317 yards for 100 grams. Here's the sizing for it. I think I'll make something. I could make something out of this for sure. I have the receipt still. So this was 7,040 yen, which equates to $44.53 US dollars. We'll make something good out of it. We'll make something at least $44 worth from it. So that was Daruma. This next yarn trip was sandwiched in between coming back from Kusatsu, Gunma, and taking off for Seoul. So we had half a day to our last minute shopping. My husband and I shared breakfast together that morning, and then we split up because we both had our individual lists. Unlike when I went to Daruma, and that was not planned at all. This one was planned. I had it on my map, and I knew it was a destination that I wanted to hit. It's a place called Amimono Spin. I got 4 skeins there. This one was off the beaten path a little bit. There's certainly everywhere else that I was going. This is actually a lot of where I got my stationery. I got a lot of the makeup and skincare that I got from Tokyo. I got in this area of Shibuya. This one, it's a little bit farther. It's walkable. I walked and it was sprinkling, so it was fine. I grabbed a couple of these items. So I grabbed 2 of each of these skeins. Similar to Daruma, when you walk into amimono, you see that wall of yarn, and there are like patterns and things that were already made and things that were just like there to really inspire you. I want to say that Amimono is a yarn spinner themselves, and they sell their name brand yarns, and their names are really funny. They have like food names. They have a name like taco. What I don't love about their packaging is that there's no information on the card. The information is on the card once you see it on the shelf, but there's nothing once you take it home there's nothing to remind you what it is. So I don't know. This one is a very, very delicate, thin yarn. So I don't know what I'm gonna make out of this one either. I just knew I had to have it. When I was shopping for these, I was looking for things that I knew that I couldn't get somewhere else or from the US, or that I knew that it would be too expensive. Well, and then I just bought $20 skein yarns. But when I thought about it, it would be things that I couldn't get very easily on my own. The thing about amimono spin though. If you walk in, keep walking past the register to the back, there's actually another room next to it that's associated with amimono spin. And it's a little community area. There's tables, there's a big bookshelf of patterns. I heard it first because there are other people in that room while I was shopping for these, and I heard English being spoken. So I was like, I have to hit that place up, whatever it is. So I bought these, headed over to the other side. Super nice folks. They were also from North America. It was like 3 Canadians and 1 other American. They were just sitting and knitting. They were sitting and they were just doing their thing, and it just seemed like a totally normal thing for them to do on a day like that. So that was really cool. Had some really good conversations. One of the ladies gave me a recommendation of a place to go to in Korea, which I'll get to in a little bit. So I'm glad I ran into them. Of course, it's a little bit nice too to feel like you kind of had a taste of home. Oh, this one, I lost the receipt, so I don't know how much these were. So that rounds out my Tokyo trip. Then we go to Korea. We went from, I think we did leave from Narita to Seoul. Our first full day there, that was when we did our color analysis. Sorry, not that this is part of the haul. It just helps me remember where we went, if I remember the order of things. We did our color analysis there, where we, by the way, found out that this is not my lip color, but I don't care. I'm wearing it anyway because I like it. We did our color analysis. And then, oh, that night I went to a skin clinic. I went to a Medi spa. I went to a skin clinic, got a bunch of stuff done to my face. And then the next day I got my nails done at Unistella. She does the K-pop folks. So I had to get my nails done there. And then it was in Insadong. And we were just hanging out, eating food. I look on my map. I find that there is a yarn store close by. I think I'm at the area, and I can't find it. And I'm ready to give up. I'm ready to just like move on to the next stall. My husband is someone who does not give up. And he was actually the one who scouted and found the yarn store called myKnit Studio. And there is a sign on the front, so I just missed it. I just didn't turn the corner. There is a sign on the front that says myKnit Studio in English too. You have to walk up the stairs, and again, where it shows that my husband he has more of it in him. Don't make this mistake when you go there. I saw the door and I tried to push it or pull it. It didn't budge, so I thought they were closed. I'm ready to head back down the stairs. My husband slides the door open. They're open. It's just, I didn't know how to use the door. So, but if it was up to me, I would have, 1, never found the store, or 2, found the store and walked away. So one more reason why I love my husband. He's just there to be like, you love this activity, you love this hobby. We're here, so you might as well take advantage of it. This is your paradise. And it kind of was. This room was floor to ceiling yarn, patterns, books, tools. They're like in the middle of, it was tight. The aisles were tight because you are just next to yarn, which is next to yarn, which is next to yarn. There are like the spinning things that have the yarn on them. There's shelves in the middle of the floor, top and bottom and back and forth. There are walls full of yarn, and there are walls behind those walls full of yarn. Again, my husband with the sliding thing, he found out that the shelves slide and there was more yarn behind that shelf. I don't even know how I was supposed to make a decision on what to buy. It was so much to choose from. And I did notice that a lot of yarns were from Europe. I don't know if that was just a thing or like, that was just the yarn that they had. I eventually somehow narrowed it down to 4 skeins and this cute little tool that I don't even know how to use. I know how to use it, I just don't know when I would use it. It's this sheep that measures your size, of, I assume, both crochet hooks and knitting needles? I just thought it was cute. Oh, gauge, yeah. Sheep needle gauge. I just thought it was cute, picked it up. I bought these 2, which seem like a very small amount of yarn, but I don't know, I'll do something cute with it. I thought this was a really good color combo. This gray and this red. Oh, I remember why I bought this one, because I never saw it before. It was from Baby Yak. It's 50% Baby Yak, 50% organic cotton, light fingering weight, 25 grams, 116 meters. It's from Tibet. 100% traceable. We purchase our wool directly from the nomadic Tibetan herders, spun in the finest mills in the foothills of the Italian Alps. our yarns do not undergo any depigmentation process. myKnit began as an effort to support the nomadic herders of the Tibetan Plateau. So I thought that was really interesting. So I grabbed these two. Not sure what I'll do with it yet. The last couple of things that I grabbed was this colorway from this company. It is, oh, I can't read it. puppyyarn.co.jp. So maybe this is an actual like Japanese brand. I need to translate this. This is wool 75%, mohair 25%, 40 grams. Based in Shibuya. That is so funny because I was just there. Like I had been just there when I was in Japan and then went to Korea to get yarn from Japan. The total for this one, 78,101, which is $56.67. 56 for these. The next place is, I think, the one that everyone has heard of. You've definitely seen the Instagram reels, the YouTube shorts, the pictures of Banul Story, which is a very hyped and well-deserved, I'll just say that right now, cafe and yarn store. We planned the trip to go there, and that was the only thing in that area that we went to. Like, we went there specifically to go there. And it's this multi-stories building. The first story is the shopping. The second story is the cafe. And one thing that you'll notice when you first get there is this big wall of yarn. It's yarn spools. And it's not just this big yarn wall spools. The wall goes from the first floor all the way to the ceiling of the second floor. I feel like that's just the biggest statement piece. Along with the crocheted cactus planters that were really cool that were in the cafe. We did the cafe first. So we headed up to the second story first and we ate some waffles, admire everybody else who was just casually crocheting or knitting and eating and drinking coffee. It is pretty crowded. It's by far the most crowded out of all these, but also the biggest out of all of these. I did not know how to make a decision on what to buy. I must have circled the floor like 4 times. I didn't know what to buy. And I ended up actually in a few places. So I bought, this is my dog's other favorite yarn. I don't know, man. I don't know if this was just the most accessible one or because he just really likes it the most along with these ones. But man, he loves stealing my yarn skeins. I don't know if he just has this carnal instinct, this innate instinct with just him being an animal to just squeeze I mean, I guess that maybe we all do. I feel like we all feel like we want to just squeeze the yarn, except he squeezes it with his mouth, unlike the rest of it. I hope unlike the rest of us. But anyway, I'll show you the one that's the most intact, the one that he was able to grab the least. I got this one, Cotton Slub. I had never heard of Slub before. My husband to the rescue. He told me he had heard of Slub before. I think he associates it with the denim world, but I bought this one. It is 100% cotton, 100 grams here for 230 meters. I hope I bought enough. It's hard buying something without a pattern in mind. So I bought 3 of these. It was so hard. I kind of can't believe I only bought 3 of these. There was so much around. There was so much variety. I can't believe I only got these 3. I also got this color because this was after, well, we did the color analysis, one of the first things that we did, and this color, we agreed, suits me. I was trying to choose between this one and a terracotta one, which funny enough is the lipstick that I'm wearing. But this one did objectively look better. So I got this one, which I don't mind. I like this color too. So, oh, I accidentally unwound a little bit of it. I may have to insert here. I don't know what I'm gonna make of that. I might make a t-shirt. I think I have enough to make a t-shirt. We'll see. I don't know, someone tell me, do I double this up with another yarn to make it thicker so I don't have holes in my shirt? The other thing I was thinking of was making this shirt and then sewing in like a lighter layer underneath so I didn't have to wear a camisole all the time. I don't know. I will think about it, but I love the color and I hope I have enough to make something. I also bought these handmade labels. I don't know what I'm gonna put them on, but I make stuff for people, so I can sew these in 3 times. And I also bought this counter that I never had before. I never had a counter. I'm that person who uses her phone. It's very annoying, so maybe this will help me if I don't lose it. That's the other thing, I keep losing this, whereas I always have my phone. So I don't know. So this one, all kind of within the same vibe. All of this, how much did this, oh, I also got this, if it helps, I don't know. This little thing that came with it, or I snagged it. There was so much to choose from. I'm shocked that I walked away from Banul Story with only these 3 things. That's crazy. What was the damage? While we're here, we might as well itemize our purchases. I got the bag for 100 won. The counter was 8,200. That got discounted to 7,400. I think because of the tax-free, for 1,200 won. Oh, there's a wire keyring on, a yellow keyring on this receipt. It was just, one of my bags broke and I needed something to fix it, so we bought something there to fix it. And then the cotton slub was 9,500 won each. So the total here being 38,500 won is $27.94 US for, $27 for this, and the labels and the knit picks thing. Like, that's a really good price in my opinion. Things are a lot cheaper in Korea. So the most expensive thing that I got was these 2 for about $44 US total. And the cheaper items were certainly from Korea. That was it for my craft haul. I want to throw in a bonus though for everyone watching. I have here my stationery purchases that I really need to just open so I can use them, but I feel guilty about using them before I film it. So let's do that now so I can get in. What do we have? I'll just pick this one up first. These always get me. They're so cute. Message seals, aka like post-its basically. I have these midliners. I have 3 of them. I didn't have this color though. This color is really cute. This color is really pretty. So I wanted to grab this one. I have, oh here, it's like a highlighter on one side and then a finer tip on the other side. I can go with my collection of my other bid liners. I got these 2 friction pens. And by the way, I think I mixed things that I got from Tokyo and also Seoul into one. So I don't know where I got what, sorry. But I got these, I'm pretty sure I got this one in Japan. I'm pretty sure I got this one at Loft in Shibuya. I got these 2 friction pens. I heard you can use these to write on fabric and that they'll wash off because I think the ink disappears when it gets exposed to heat. So as long as I don't put it on something where you have to wear it where it's very cold and the ink will reappear, I think I'm fine. So I'm interested to try that. I got these really cute bookmarks. I don't know, I don't really read books, so I don't know, maybe I'll use these for a planner or something. I am also kind of a sucker for funny looking clips or pen holders, so I got these. I got an eraser. I love the brand Mono, so that was fitting for me. There. I got, I think this came as a gift from another purchase, but I threw it in the stationery stash anyway. They're erasers that are in the shape of sushi and tea. Isn't that cute? Isn't that funny? They come up with the funniest stuff. I have this sort of washi tape that is in the shape of the days because I keep telling myself I'm going to be more organized one day. I feel like this could help. Jury's still out though. Oh, this was in the, I'm pretty sure this was, okay, yeah. This was from a museum in Korea. This is a mother of pearl sticker. So pretty. I love that shine. I don't know what I'm going to put it on yet, but I thought it was really pretty. This also, I think, is probably from the same thing, the same museum. It says multi-cleaner and mouse pad. I don't know that I could use it as a mouse pad, but maybe because there are these like grippy dot things on the back. I don't know. I don't know how effective of a mouse pad it would be, but I always need cloths to clean with, so I don't mind having that. Another one of those around. And then I think I just have, yeah, more stickers here. My sticker packs. This one, I think these are Bijans, but they kind of look like poodles. These I want to put on cards maybe. A sort of a decorative celebratory element. More decorative celebratory elements. Can you see that? Oh, trying to put a backing on it so you can see it. Yeah, is that clearer? And then cherry blossoms. And these really colorful rainbow ones. These are not everything. I did have to dig in to use some of the items first, but looking for, oh, I have another item, hang on. Okay, this was a little bit more in reach of the things that I had already unboxed and started using. This is, remember, a snap bracelet. My dog got a hold of this and there's scratches on it. It didn't come like that, okay? Don't blame the company. You could actually write on this and you could take measurements. And so I was thinking about using it for like home DIY stuff, take the measurements. You can write on a pencil and then you can wash it off later, and then you could carry it with you and then use it again wherever you need to actually like I feel like if you were measuring something, a product to see if it would fit, you would take it, write it on, and then go about whatever you need to do. Use 2 hands that you need, and then once you get to the spot that you need to go, like, does that match up type of thing, and then write your notes here. So I thought that was really cool. I haven't used it yet, but I like just having it around. So yeah, I think that was it. That was mostly it. I'm sure I didn't cover everything that we bought, but this was the vast majority of the crafting and stationery items. Let me know what your most favorite thing was, what your least favorite thing was. I would highly recommend the 2 spots, both Tokyo and Seoul. There's so much more to explore that we didn't even get to in these trips. I know there's gonna be repeat trips in my future. So this is it for now. I have plenty to keep me busy for the next few months at least. I think we can end it here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.